Hello everyone, welcome back to Chaos Creations. It's about midnight at the moment, and I am just doing a little video, well, hopefully a little video. In this video, it will discuss painting, 3D printing, and some news that I've been told over the last 24 hours-ish. So to begin with, I printed out a whole lot of these tanks and these Terminators, and I just want to quickly run through with how they're looking and what's going on with that. So to start with, this is one of the Sakarans that I printed out. Now, you've got to remember this is PLA, so you are going to get some layer lines, but it looks quite good. The only thing that's really gnarly is the barrel here. The rest of it, I think, is quite nice. Now, you can say, oh, I can see the layer lines, but yes, you've got it close up on a camera above a light. You are going to get some layer lines. It's normal. But on a battlefield, can you see the layer lines really from here? Not really. Barrel would be the only thing you could really point out, and even then, once again, you're above a bright light. On a battlefield, you're not going to see it, so that's what I'm hoping for anyway. I also did a rhino. Still learning the rules here, guys, and the bits and pieces, not the rules, I'm learning the tanks. So this one, once again, is in a beautiful gold. That's Retribution Armor Gold with the Sons of Horus green and the Gauss Blaster green on the top. And I've done the gunmetal on the guns there and on the front, and also on the tires. So it's a nice effect. Next time, I might do these doors in like a red, and then do these side bits in gold to match the gunmetal. The top here, I don't know, I feel like I should be painting these top bits, but we will see. I've got plenty of spares, let's face it. And I printed out this. This is a Sakaran. This is supposedly the size of the model that's going to be in the box set. So against my other Sakarans, they're slightly smaller, so only just. But, not by much, just, a little bit. So I'm very, very happy. These things be quite used. Now, in the game, they've got the double barrels, not the single barrel. But, once again, test prints, learning, and this. So this is printed at 0.2. It's a test print, so it is a little bit more chunkier. And you can see the layer lines there. Now, I'm printing out a few more at 0.1 layer. So I'm hoping that a lot of the layer lines will go away. Anyway, so what I want to talk to you about is how I got the layer lines to go away. And the layer lines to go away was an old technique. Now, this technique is something I've used many times in cosplay, long before I had resin printers. Had resin printers. Man, it is tired. I am tired. So, what you would do is you would thin down a bit of paint. So it's had an undercoat of white, normal paint, just wrap it on there. Then you take your Sons of Horus green, and it's a half mix of water and green, and then you slap it all over. Once again, this gets into all the layer lines. Then you put on your Sons of Horus green over the top, and you'll find that not all, but a large portion of the layer lines will go, but you won't lose any detail. And you can tell that from that rhino there. You really can't see any sort of details lost. You can still see some layer lines. But like I said, under a bright light, what do you expect? So that's something that I'll be using across the board for the tanks. Not for the dreadnoughts, but for the tanks, definitely. So speaking of the dreadnoughts, we have this little guy, which I call Frankenstein. He's quite a big, chunky boy. And he's, looking pretty good. And once again, this is PLA plus. Resin would get a lot better, but we will see. And of course, the back isn't particularly good, as I said, because they're printed up like that. So the back gets a little support and gets quite crunchy. And here's the other one, which is another type of dreadnought. And for what he is, he's turned out quite nice. Now, you have to remember, people, that with the Games Workshop stuff, if you've seen this sprues, they're out and about for people. You can see it on Spiky Bits. I'm sure everyone's seen them. There is a stupid, and I mean stupid, amount of detail that is, it is mind-boggling. So for this rhino, I printed this out all as one piece, all right? And it's not too bad. From what I understand, this piece is one, this piece is one, these here are one, the little guns on top are bits and pieces as well. This is one bit. These doors are extra bits that you put on and so forth. So it's customization up the wazoo, and it's going to drive people nuts. I don't want to just sit there with a pair of freaking tweezers going, all right, I've got to put this bit on here. Oh no, this one's slightly off. Ah, damn it, no. Oh, I'll have to go buy some more, tanks. Oh dear. Marketing ploy. So it's overdone. And that's going to be, I think, GW's biggest problem, really, that everything is just going to be in so many little pieces. The dudes, not these guys, but the actual warriors, I understand, are all one piece except for the champions. Apparently they have like a different arm, and that's about it. But I haven't seen anything else, so I really can't judge and tell. But so these things are going to drive me nuts, especially with my big burly hands. I'm going to be sitting there with like two tweezers, a giant pair of, chopsticks, trying to put tiny little things, onto, Oh man, it's going to go crazy. Now, I still think these are okay. They're a bit small, I think, compared to this, but they still might be useful. Can please someone tell me what these are? Are they a Medusa? Are they a basilisk? If someone knows, please tell me, because I don't know and I can't find information online. It drives me batty. I've got like 6 of these and I don't know what they are. I'm sure once the rules come out, I'll know, but until then... Anyway, so I want to talk to you about painting these little suckers. Now, they were actually quite easy. You just, like I said, do the paint mix, wash it over there, and away you go. But those tiny little bits, you have to remember, I come from a background of the last couple of years of painting terrain, which means, big old cheap-ass brushes, just slap it on there, detail, some moss, and away we go. So now I've gone from big pieces of terrain to these tiny little things. It's been a culture shock. So I have a couple of these army painter brushes, and they're very, very fine. And what I've been doing is, I have been doing the tiny little dots, then letting it dry, and it's been quite time-consuming. So I'm going to have to find a place to get a whole lot of very fine tipped brushes. Now, if anyone's in Australia and knows a place where I can get some good fine tipped brushes at a reasonable price, please let me know, because my local hardware store won't sell them. Officeworks might sell them, and Games Workshop will sell them, but, they'll take off an arm and a leg. And, army painted ones that I've got here, these have lasted me for quite some time. So, I wouldn't make the same sort of detail. But even that, I think I paid $100 for a set of like 5 or 6, and I've only ever used this one and the other one. The rest of them just sit there gathering dust. So, yeah, you want to make sure you're going to have a large stockpile of very fine brushes. Now, you saw my little dude here, all right? Now, this is printed in PLA Plus, and I'm not a professional, well, I am a professional printer, but, they're going to be printed in resin. They're going to have 10 times more detail than mine are. Easy 10 times more detail than mine. So, you're going to have to be prepared if you want it to look stunning to sit there and, go insane with little tweezers and tiny little brushes. I'm just using this example. If I can print this good quality on a PLA machine, imagine what a resin one is going to give you. Now, that said, I have, a while ago, ordered some resin miniatures from a place in Poland. They should be here within a week or so. I'm quite shocked they're not here, to be honest with you, but we'll see how we do. They've still got another couple of days before they're overdue. And I wanted to get them before Christmas, so we'll just see. Now, it cost me $122 plus shipping, which was like $30. And I got a whole lot of dreadnoughts and troops, lots of little troops and so forth. And they're all, 8mm and so forth. So they're all the correct size. And I'm doing that mostly because I want to see the quality of the resin prints, see if it's changed much. When I was doing it, it was absolutely stunning, and I stopped printing resin a year, 2 years ago. So I'm hoping by now it's even more impressive, and we will see. So that leaves me now with news. So what I'm hearing over the last 24 hours isn't anything too earth-shattering. It's only been 24 hours. Everyone's consensus is yes, it's coming out on the 18th. It'll be able to pick up on the 18th. Now, does that mean that it's going to go up for 2 weeks pre-order? No one can tell. I mean, no one can tell if it's even coming out on the 18th. It's just the general consensus. That's when it's coming out. And we will see. It all boils down to this Sunday. If it comes out this Sunday, ooh, here we go, boys and girls. And then, the hype train doot, doot, starts and away we go. If not, then it'll obviously be the weekend after, and then it'll be a 1 week turnaround. I am hoping it's going to be a 2 week turnaround because that means they're taking the game more seriously. A 1 week turnaround, yeah, here's a game, have it fun, enjoy, bye. If it is 2 weeks, they want to maximize as many sales as possible, which is good because that means the fact that they want to try to get as many people playing this game as possible. And they understand the fact that, you're going to have to save up. And if they bring out an expansion, which I'm hoping they do at the same time, then, they might do a deal where you can get the box set and the game and save yourself $5 or something. This is Games Workshop after all. Nothing surprises me. And we're in Australia, so realistically, we're not saving anything, really. We're still getting the shaft. But if it is actually 2 weeks, then, what I might try to do, me personally, is buy one box set, guaranteed. Yes, definitely want. Thank you very much. But then, if there's an expansion, buy the expansion. If no expansion, I'm going to try to save up and get an additional box. Yes, I know, I'm crazy. But that way, I can give the book, or have the book spare for when I'm playing an opponent that maybe is new. So here's a copy of the rules, have a read, and we'll just go through it together. And I get the miniatures. And I might just say to somebody, look, here's 2 Warhound. I've got lots of Warhound Titans. I've got buckets of Warhound Titans. So 2 extra Warhound Titans, they've got the Ursa claws and so forth. They might be worth sticking around. We will see. So, yeah, the general consensus is the 18th, and if it is, I'm looking forward to it greatly. And hopefully this weekend it'll be announced. And now it's Sunday for the UK, which is very, very early Monday morning. So I might try to stay up very early Monday. I do have an appointment thing on the Monday afternoon, so maybe not. It might be a case of I'll stay up till like 1 o'clock Perth time, and if it's not out then I'll have to go to bed and wait until the morning. We will see. Anyway, I am starting to babble. It's late at night and I should get some Betty by. Any questions, please ask. I'm always happy to help, and I'm loving the fact that people are asking some questions. I helped out a person with a printer question today, and I felt really good that I was able to give them some good input. Please like, subscribe, share with friends. Say, hey, look, this guy's doing, Legion Imperialis when no one else is really doing much of a talk. I'm sure once the game comes out, people will be talking like crazy, and I will get lost in the slipstream of people with 10,000 subscribers and so forth. And that's fine. I understand that. I'm just here to give information where I can and hopefully help people out. Okay. Like, subscribe, I mentioned that. Everyone have a great night and morning, evening, wherever you are. This is Cal signing off. Bye-bye.